Who else is obsessed with paisley? I love me a good paisley. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be talking about my personal recommendations for the upcoming Sephora sale. So I will have all of the information regarding the sale dates and the different tiers and discounts and everything that you need to know about the Sephora sale in the description box below, as well as links for everything that I'm talking about today for your shopping convenience. Now, with that said, I know a lot of us sort of fall into the boat where you see all of these videos that are floating around YouTube and everyone talking about the things that you just have to go out and buy. And the truth is you don't. Don't let the hype get to you and buy things that you don't want or need. I love these types of videos because I really like seeing what people genuinely love using, especially here on YouTube, where a lot of these bigger YouTubes, they've got a lot of products that they are able to test out and use and things like that. And the ones that they genuinely love and recommend, always I'm interested by. And sometimes that influences what I buy and sometimes it's just interesting. But anything that we're talking about in these videos will probably still be there in 6 months. You don't have to buy it now simply because it's on sale if it's not something that you have a need for, a want for, or certainly if it's not something in your budget. Please don't let any of these videos make you feel pressured in to buying things, because even if we weren't in the middle of bizarre times and pandemic and all that kind of nonsense, you don't have to have anything. I hope that makes sense. And you might be thinking to yourself, Ashley, that sounds a little hypocritical because you have all these things. That's how you're talking about them. And yes, that is true. But remember, this has taken me years to amass the amount of makeup that I have. And I will be the first to tell you, I have a ridiculous amount of makeup. Nobody needs this much makeup. The reality is I will never, despite all of my best efforts, I will never use through all of the makeup that I own. Please don't feel pressured to buy anything. The other thing that I very much am trying to work on, because I'm bad about this as well, is don't buy something just because it's on sale. If you are not willing to pay full price for a product, then don't buy it just because it's on sale. Now I know occasionally I have been surprised and fallen in love with something that I've picked up on a whim just because the price was right, but 9 times out of 10, it doesn't get a lot of use, and even though I got it at a discount, it's still wasted money because it's not something that gets a ton of use. So, all right, off of my soapbox, I just wanted to throw a couple of those things out, but let's go ahead and talk about the things that I personally would pick up during the sale if I didn't already own them. So one thing that I do always buy, starting with skincare, I know I'm that person, the Shiseido facial cottons. These are just so nice. These are just so nice. And I hate that I love them so much because not only are they stupid expensive, but they're even more expensive than they used to be. They used to be $10 for, what is this, 165 squares? Yeah, 165 squares. It's now $12 for 165 squares. But they really are just so nice. I use them every single day in the morning when I wake up and I come in to do my skincare and any makeup that I might be able to put on for the day. I start with an essence or a toner or just some sort of something to kind of just sort of take the night before off. Here lately I have been using by Fresh the black tea kombucha facial essence, and I've been really enjoying that, but I've used a variety of things. I take the cotton wipe, or cotton square rather, can't talk, to take the night before off, and then I go in with my serum, my moisturizer, my SPF, all that kind of good stuff. And the nice thing about those cotton squares is that they don't soak up in excess of your product. Like for instance, that kombucha essence is expensive. I bought it last time around during the Sephora sale, and while I really like it, I want to get every single drop out of it because it's expensive. So yeah, I am that person. Long story short. While we're on the topic of essences, the one that I always buy time and time again is the Ulla Hendricks Truth Serum. This is a vitamin C serum. This stuff is amazing, amazing. I got a size smaller than this. This one is a 1/2 ounce. I got, I think it was probably 1/4 ounce as like a point perk or something like that at Sephora as just sort of a sample, and fell in love with it. I saw such a difference in my skin after using that I started buying this regularly, and I've never ever looked back. I've tried a couple of other vitamin C serums and I always go back to this one, and it is not crazy expensive. This right here, I want to say is $25 for this 1/2 ounce size. I always buy the smaller ones for a couple of different reasons. First of all, they're less expensive and your girl's on a budget. But also, vitamin C, it does degrade rather rapidly, and I find that by buying the smaller ones, I'm more likely to ensure the correct potency of the serum itself. So not only do I recommend this particular serum, but also in this small size, so that you're making sure you're getting the best quality product on your face. Now, when we're talking about cleansing, there are 2 products that I do very highly recommend. The first of which is my absolute holy grail makeup melt away. This is the Farmacy Green Clean. This stuff is outstanding. This is empty. I hate that it's empty because I'm using some other stuff right now that I just have in my collection, and none of it is as good as this is. It smells amazing in my opinion. It's got a very kind of earthy, herbally kind of scent to it. Probably not for everybody. It's not super duper strong, but I find it to be very pleasant. But even if it didn't smell like anything, or honestly, even if it smelled terrible, this stuff works amazingly. It breaks down all of my makeup, all of my eye makeup, all of my face makeup, all of my everything, and gets it all off, so that when I go in with just a cleanser, it has very little job to do because this stuff takes it all off. And it's very gentle on my skin. It doesn't sting my eyes. It doesn't leave that weird like filminess in your eyes. It is absolutely outstanding. If genuinely, of all the things that I'm talking about, if there is nothing else that you pick up, get this. It is amazing. Now also here lately, I have been using physical exfoliants on my skin because I'm still nursing, so I'm just hesitant when it comes to a lot of skincare ingredients, because there are a lot of things that you just shouldn't use when you're pregnant or nursing. So my favorite physical exfoliant is this one here by Fresh. This is the Sugar Strawberry Exfoliating Face Wash. This is really, really nice because it's not crazy aggressive. It has a very fine sugar grit to it, and it melts down really nicely so that you're far less likely to overdo it. I am someone that for a long time, and I've gotten better about it, but for a long time with a physical exfoliant, I would go ham. I would just like scrub my face, and that's so bad. That's so bad. Don't do that. With this, because it is a sugar that breaks down, as I'm cleansing and I'm making sure to be gentle about it, it's disintegrating so that I can't just spend, 5 minutes just scrubbing the daylights out of my face. So I do really, really like this. I feel like it works very, very well for my sensitive skin, and I do definitely recommend it. A word of warning though, not that you should eat any of your products because that's not what they're intended for. You would think with a name like Sugar Strawberry that if you had a little bit left over on your lips that got into your mouth, that there would be a pleasantness to it. There's not. This stuff tastes horrible, so just make sure to get it nice and cleaned off. And the last skincare type item that we're going to talk about is this right here. This is actually brand new. This is the Laneige sleeping mask. This is in the mint choco scent flavor, probably both actually, but this is my holy grail product. Now I typically in the past have always used just their regular pink original flavor. I actually picked this one up quite recently, so it is brand new. Look at how pretty that is. I know, silly simple things, but yes, this is absolutely amazing product. It does come, since I know a lot of people are very sensitive to like sticking your fingers in things because of the bacterial transfer, but it comes with a little spatula. So it comes with this little guy right here so that you can make sure to keep everything nice and clean and hygienic. But yeah, this stuff, again, fantastic. I suffer from very dry, chapped, peeling lips like all the time, partially because I'm incredibly dehydrated because I'm bad about drinking water, but it's also just my natural skin. I have very dry skin. So this actually saved my lips. When I started using this a couple of years ago now, I got a sample. My lips have never been better since using that. So highly recommend it. Right now I'm also using one by Sunday Riley because I just wanted to try something new for a while, and I do like that one as well, but the Laneige is still my holy grail, 100% ride or die. I will go to my grave with at least one container of that to use in the afterlife because it is so good. So let's move on to some makeup, and let's talk first about eyeshadow, because you know I am an eyeshadow enthusiast. So now with the sale is the time that if you have your eye on a high-end palette, getting it at a discount is the time to do it. So the 3 palettes that I personally would recommend right now, the first of which is, you knew it was gonna come up, but Pat McGrath. If you have your eye on a Pat McGrath palette, getting it on sale is what you would be wanting to do. This is the Mothership 5, I do believe. It is the bronze, what is this called? Mothership 5 bronze seduction, I think. It's not written on here, but it is this one right here. Pat McGrath is absolutely beautiful. It has a beautiful formula. The shimmers are amazing. The mattes are beautiful. The special shades are very special. So yes, definitely if you have your eye on any of the Pat McGrath palettes, now is the time to pick one up. I would also very much recommend this guy here. This is the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette. This, if you are a matte lover, is going to be the palette for you. I did recently review this palette here on my channel, and if you saw that review, I did struggle some with the shimmers, but these mattes, you guys, these mattes are fantastic. Absolutely love them. So I think overall this is a really nice palette. Just be aware that the shimmers could take a little bit of work. But the one that is probably my favorite palette overall in my collection is also my most expensive. So this is my Natasha Denona Star palette. It is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I'm wearing most of the products that we're going to be talking about just so that you could kind of see it. This is the color story here, and it's beautiful. This is a phenomenal everyday sort of palette that has some fun to it as well. So what I am wearing on my eyes today is actually my very favorite combination. I have a little bit of this shade right here in my crease. I have this shade on my outer V, and then this amazing shade right here all over the lid. That is my favorite shade in the entire palette. It is called Spectrum. It is this beautiful bronze shade that has full of just beautiful gold, like old gold brassy glitter. It is so flippin' pretty. I could actually say that if someone put, you know, a gun to my head and said, you can only ever use one eyeshadow palette ever again, I think that would be the one that I would choose, interestingly enough. So I would absolutely recommend the Natasha Denona Star palette. I know, it's expensive. It really, really is expensive, but it comes with a ton of eyeshadow in each of the pans, and it will be something that you could probably use every single day and not get bored of it either. So definitely recommend. My second favorite Natasha Denona palette is this one here. This is the Lila palette. This is the purpley palette. Look at her there. She's pretty too. She just isn't as everyday friendly, but has some amazing, amazing shades in there. If you've never tried Natasha Denona shadows, their quality is just fantastic. Look at those. Look at those beauties. Yeah, definitely if you have your eye on any of these palettes, this is the time to pick them up. Like, look at those swatches. So stinking pretty. I am always reminded that I need to use these things more because I forget sometimes just how fantastic they are. Also, if you're looking for some easy sort of one and done shadows, you cannot go wrong with the Laura Mercier Caviar sticks. These are so good. I have 3 of my favorites from my collection here. So we have, let's see if I can't give you some swatches. This one is called Rush. This is a beautiful purpley duochrome. It's very glittery and very beautiful. So it is this right here on the end. It's got a really nice flip to it. Absolutely love that one. We also have Intense Amethyst. Also just freaking stunning. That is it right there. Look at that reflect. So pretty. And then also we have Copper for all of you that have a love of warm neutrals, or warm shadows rather. I don't know if you can see it very well. My ring light is super bright, but yeah. These are so, so nice. They blend out very easily. They're very user friendly. And once they dry, they don't budge. So yeah. Highly, highly, highly recommend them. They are great for one and dones. If you've never used the Laura Mercier Caviar sticks and you want some demos, I would check out Shelby Wilson. She has a great channel. I'll make sure to link her in the description box below. But she is where I got all of my inspiration for the caviar sticks there, and where I got the courage to try them, because I'm not as comfortable with cream shadows in general, but she makes everything very, very approachable. So definitely check her out if you want some inspiration for the caviar sticks. I do also have a mascara recommendation. I think that the mascara that I have fallen most in love with this year, that has been my absolute favorite, is this guy right here. This is the Marc Jacobs Blacker at Lashed Mascara. It is phenomenal. It is so, so, so good. Again, I am wearing it today on my eyes. My eyelashes look fantastic. I love the brush. So this is my mini that I just finished up. I haven't opened up my full size yet because I'm working on a couple of other mascaras. But it has a natural bristled wand, but it's very tapered. And so you can really get in there, grab every single lash without smudging it anywhere. Great for the lower lash line. For me, it doesn't flake or smudge or do anything freaky throughout the day. I love that mascara. Now, mascara is a very personal choice. Not everybody is going to agree, but for me and for my preferences and my needs, that mascara is hands down my favorite right now, for sure. So let's move on to the face, and let's talk about a couple of just sort of face products. I don't have any foundation recommendations or powders, just because again, those are very personal sort of preferences. But when it comes to face color, that we can talk about. And so the first thing that I want to talk about is my Marc Jacobs. This is the Omega Bronzer in Tantastic. Not only is this part of the regular Sephora sale, but it's also on sale. There is so much product in here. There is 25 grams of product in here. You can see I've already hit pan on mine because I used it in a project pan. I am wearing it today. It is just so flattering on my skin. It's a very neutral sort of bronzer. So for me, on my fair skin, it doesn't pull too orange, but it also doesn't look dusty and dirty. I love this bronzer so, so much. And if you've had your eye on it, it's definitely the time to buy it right now. I do also, for blush, recommend the Jouer blush duos. This is in the style Adore, and I do adore it. It is so, so pretty. So you've got these very neutral type shades, this deeper one and this lighter one here. I just have them mixed together on my cheeks today, and I think it's absolutely stunning. And then finally for highlighter, this actual product is not available on the Sephora website. This came out a couple of years ago. This is the Hourglass Ambient Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette, but the reason that I talk about it is because the individual highlighters are available. Mine just happens to be 3 minis all together. These are so beautiful. Again, as I keep saying, that is what is providing all of this shine on my face, but it's very finely made. So when I put it on, I can either do a very, very light dusting just to give that very lit from within ethereal type look, or I can build it up to give some really intense high shine. It is so smooth, it doesn't have any sort of texture to my skin. It doesn't enhance any of the texture on my skin, and I am older. So the older that you get and your skin loses some of that firmness, the more you have to be careful with really bright and poppy highlighters, because they can really just age your skin even more and look very obvious. This is not going to do that to you. This is a fabulous, fabulous product. So again, this has 3 different ones in it. This has the Absolute Strobe Light, Pure Strobe Light, and Lucent Strobe Light, which is the one that I'm wearing now. So you've got kind of a pinkier one, a bronzier one, and then kind of a warmer vanilla one. So good, so good. A runner-up that I do definitely love. Again, this is not the one that is currently available. Gosh, it's so reflective. Let's see if that's a little bit better. This is also, of course, by Hourglass. This is, for me, their Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked palette. The one they have now this year is like the Structure palette or something like that. I will make sure, again, to link it down in the description below, but it comes with 6 of their powders. And for me, really think that this is a good value. It is $88, $80, something like that. You get 6 of their powders. As I said, they are kind of the mini size, so they are not full size, but it gives you the ability to test things out, so to speak. I like this because I worked on this for a year and I hit pan on the highlighter and that's it. For me and my skin, this works really, really well. So let me give you just a couple of swatches of the products that are in it. So this one has 2 of their just finishing powders, a bronzer, 2 blushes, and a highlighter, and I love them. All right, let's see if I can do this. They are really, really nice. Now, I will say that if you have a skin complexion that is darker than mine, and certainly significantly darker than mine, you may not love Hourglass products. They have long been criticized for not being very inclusive, and I cannot disagree with that. But if you are my complexion, then you will probably really enjoy these powders. Now, they also have a quad that's out right now that's like $55, I want to say. That's the one that I would actually recommend. It has kind of their best of the best. 2 blushes, no. 1 blush, 1 highlighter, 1 finishing powder, and 1 bronzer. That's the one that I would definitely recommend, because the one that is the larger, not everybody is going to love kind of the brighter sort of colors. They're a little bit more amped up, I guess, is the way to put it. But that quad, if I didn't already own this, I would totally be buying that. All right, I feel like I'm super rambly. I'm so sorry. So let's go ahead and finish her off with lips. So I do have a couple of lip options for you. One of which is from Sephora itself. So this is their Lipstories lipstick. These are like $9. This is in the shade Yum Yum. I wore this in a video recently. It is, let's see, where am I gonna put this? Because I've got stuff on my hand. Let's put it down here by my watch and just not forget it. These are so creamy and so pigmented and so nice, and they last so well. This is just a beautiful sort of chocolate brown. It's really, really nice. If I didn't already have about a bajillion lip products, I would certainly think about picking up a few more of these because they are really, really pretty. Also, what I am wearing on my lips right now is by Patrick Ta. This is one of their monochromatic moment silky lip creams. Funny story about this. I didn't realize that this was like an actual lip cream because I didn't read. I thought this was a lip gloss, and I put it on one night just because I wanted to play with makeup and promptly forgot that I was wearing it when I went to bed. So this is just a swatch of it right here. So as you can see, quite pigmented, but it doesn't dry down entirely. However, the longevity of this is fantastic. Like I said, I put it on, went about my stuff, went to bed, totally forgetting that I was wearing it because it's that comfortable. Woke up the next morning, went to go brush my teeth, and couldn't figure out why there was color depositing on my toothbrush until I remembered that I was still wearing that lip color. I was stinking impressed that it lasted through me sleeping, and I am a side and face sleeper, and it was still on my lips. Like that for me was pretty impressive. So this is in the shade She's Independent. So yeah, definitely. So you know you've been talking too much and you're very long-winded when your camera stops recording on you. All right, moving on to the last couple of products that we're going to talk about. I have another Marc Jacobs product. This is the, what is this technically called? This is called the Enamored Hydrating Lip Gloss Stick. Mine is in the shade One Mauve Time. So it looks like it's a lip gloss, but really you pull it out and it's a stick. This is what it looks like, this little teardrop shape. If you click it out, you can't click it back in again, so I'm going to give you a swatch, but I'm going to be careful how much I pull out. Where am I going to do this? This is a terrible swatch. I apologize. There we go. But it's this right down here. These are fantastic. They, as you can see, they do have some shiny color to them. They are very, very comfortable. They have a slight cooling effect to the lips. These are awesome. These are really, really nice, and I do definitely recommend them. And then, of course, I do recommend the Fenty lip glosses. This is the original in Fenty Glow. They have a, for the holidays, they have a little mini set of 4. I think that is a fantastic deal. That's really why I look forward to this sale at the end of the year so much, because I really like these sort of value packs that they have going on where they've got those minis that are grouped together. And I purchased the gloss set last year, so I won't be purchasing it this year because I still have tons of it left. But it is just a really good value, I feel like, personally, and I feel like I've repeated that a lot. Now, while we're talking about those types of things, something that I don't think a lot of people really talk about, but that I personally feel like is an awesome deal, and if you buy it during the sale, it's even better, and that are the Sephora Favorites kits. Now, I am a sucker for the lip kits specifically. In fact, that is where this came from, and one of these, I've got a whole bunch, as well as some other sets. So those are going to be discounted, but the ones to really look at are the perfume samplers, because with those perfume samplers, not only are you getting each of the small perfumes to try out, but you're also getting a coupon to redeem for one full size of one of those perfumes. So not only are you getting that perfume typically at a lesser cost than you would if you just purchased it, but you're also getting a discount on top of that. I hope that rambling made sense to you. So I would totally check out the Sephora Favorites, especially the perfume ones. They do typically the same thing with the mascaras as well. You get usually 4 to 6 different mascara deluxe samples and then a coupon for a full size of one of those. So I would totally check those out, because I feel like even without the sale, those are an awesome deal. And then to get those further discounted, even better. Okay, this video is going to be so long and I'm so sorry. What do you recommend that I pick up from the sale? What are some of the things that you just can't live without? I'm very interested to know. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you are having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.